Hello everyone, we are back with some Skyrim Special Edition to showcase a few mods. I have been quite busy learning the creation kit, and I've actually been having some success. So before I get more involved in that, I want to share with you these mods that I just added. So the first one up is called Use Spells as Shouts, and this is going to let you assign spells to the shout key. It's easy to use. You simply just equip your spell in the right hand, and then you hold down shift and press the equals key, and you'll receive a notification in your top right of the screen telling you that the shout key has been created. So you can have up to 30 shouts at a time, and if you want to remove a shout, just equip the shout first and then hold shift and press the underscore key, and then you'll get a notification telling you that it's been removed. So the mod works, but it's better for it to be used with spells that you press rather than hold. So in my experience, Flames didn't work too well, but Fireball did. And Conjuration spells work, although you will take more time in order to cast them since you'll be using the shout animation. It works for modded spells as well. I was using Arc Light, and I was assigning those spells to the shout key, and it worked flawlessly. So I think this is a good mod. Next is the Stalwart Crusader armor, and I already had a version of this armor, but I downloaded this because it works for both the males and the females, and it comes with a mace and a shield. So on top of all of that, it has body slide and 3BA support as well. It also even has himbo body slide support for the males. So the armor is modular, and you can get it in a few variants like short sleeves, no pants, and a small few changes like that. So I like to remove the tassets when I use this armor so you could show off a little bit more of the legs. And you can also get an add-on that will use the SPID mod and distribute these armors to some of the Vigilance of Stendarr that you'll bump into in the world. So it's a great mod overall, and the old one that I had was one of my favorites. So this one is just way more improved, and I'm gonna keep it. Next we have Laintar Dale, which is a settlement mod. This will be in Eastmark, a bit north of Yingle Barrow. It is hard to miss if you're just staying on the road heading past Hollyfrost Farm. A part of the town is located on an island, and it bridges over to another part that's closer to the ice mountains. The location of this is great since nobody really mods here, and it's also away from the road, so it doesn't have any conflicts with Lanterns of Skyrim or Northern Roads. The town will have a store, a couple of townhouses, some barracks, and a keep where there appears to be a Jarl of some sort. Nobody here had anything to say or any quest to give. The town is aesthetically pleasing, being able to get a good look at the animated ships that I covered, but NVIDIA just decided to throw me under the bus, so I didn't get to cover those. I'll cover the animated ships later on. But yeah, you get a nice view of them from here. And there will be a few visual bugs here as well, like objects missing, or they are being partly invisible. But there is a patch to fix most of these issues. However, the floor was like really glossy, and this may have been done on purpose, maybe to make the ground look a bit more icy due to the location. So also, this mod will add a few kids, and they had messed up faces because I had the RS Children mod installed. So a patch is going to be needed for that if you want to have, RS Children and be able to use this mod. So I think that it's good if you just want more clutter in your world. It's not going to provide much service outside of the two vendors, which is one is like a general goods store and the other being a blacksmith. So this place also didn't have an inn, which was kind of disappointing. So it did have its own custom building models, which was really nice, and the NPCs had schedule. And because this town is in such a safe, non-conflicting area, I'm actually going to hold on to this one. I just really wish it had an end. Next, we have the Final Fantasy VII Remake Hardedge sword. This is a great sword that you can find by Ysgmor's tomb. This blade is very detailed. It has these 3 materia stones in them, and they are animated. So if you pay close attention to them, you can see some small details, and you can actually see them rotating. So the speed of this sword is actually really good for a great sword. I am actually not going to fight much with these things because I don't want to get in trouble by you. So, it's a great looking sword. What I love most about this is the 3 materials that are inside of this thing spinning around, and the engravings that are on the sword's blade. So, you know, overall great sword. I'm a big fan of Final Fantasy VII, although I still have yet to play the remake. I am going to keep this one. Next, we have Skyrim Paper Map by Geevee, and it's going to change your map to something a bit more lore friendly. I'm randomly trying out some map mods, so I thought I'd show this one off really quickly. This does not use a plugin, so you can uninstall mid-game without having any problems. Next, we have a mod called SMP Wind, and this is going to make your character react more to the wind around you. So I think it will be determined by where you're located and, you know, how cold it is and how high you are in the mountains. So it might, you know, cause more wind to blow with more altitude and, you know, harsher weathers. So all of your SMP meshes will move in the wind, so your hair, your capes, and breast as well. I have a chestplate armor that doesn't have SMP, so it won't affect me here. However, I did have a follower with balloon bosoms, and they were moving and jiggling around all crazy when the wind was blowing. There's also an MCM, so you can adjust the settings of this mod. So I basically kept everything the same, but I did double the intensity. So I think it was a good immersive mod, and I assume you can cut everything off by setting the tabs to 0 in case you start getting bothered by it or having conflicts. So in my experience, it seems okay, and I'm going to hold on to this one. So that was a few mods that I added to my special edition. I wanted to kind of just go through them really quickly because, like I said, I'm in the current state of making my own mod, and I just wanted to, you know, cover these before I move on to adding some more. So all of these mods can be found on the Nexus. I'll try to link them in the description below. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate you. Subscribe to the channel if you're feeling generous, and I will see you all next time.